So we're going to do a little walkthrough of what we might call the graveyard or the scrapyard, I guess, depending on your view of it. But we're going to take a walk through of my car collection, and I'll tell you where each one came from and what the plan is with it ultimately. So I guess let's start with the main row of parked cars here. So the first one here you've seen before, that's the one we did the engine pull on. That is the donor front end for the Caddy project. It's a convertible, a cabriolet. And then there's the 89 Jetta 1.6 liter turbo diesel. Basically the same as my Mark II, just a little older. I paid $250 for it from a guy over near my cottage. It was running when I got it, not very well, but it's at 400,000 kilometers, so it's 100,000 kilometers overdue for engine rebuild, so that's why it doesn't run anymore. So hopefully that's going to be a restoration project at some point in the future.
And this obviously is my BMW. You guys see us struggle with it all the time.
Yeah. Hopefully that'll be getting on the road soon.
Here's the Caddy.
What's left of it.
Hopefully we'll get that front end welded on it this year.
Front end swapped down and get an engine in it so we can at least drive it around, although there's nothing holding the back axle on really anymore, but that's fine. And then the 1992 Jetta 1.6 liter turbo diesel that we did the cold start video on. This belonged to my other friend Mitchell from Conestoga College. He's probably going to end up buying it back from me in the future and basically just storing it, but it needs the injection pump rebuilt, I think, so that's on the block as well at some point, but you know, only so many things you can do. And then the 1990 Volkswagen Golf. It's a 1.8 liter gas automatic. I paid $300 for it and drove it home here to Holland Center from Welland, Ontario.
This will be subject of a future project someday.
Yeah, this is hopefully going to be a complete Golf restoration, basically. The engine out of the two-door gray Jetta is a 1.6 liter turbo diesel as well, and we're going to diesel swap this and manual swap it and then get the body all done because it's from Alberta, so it's basically rust-free. It's very dirty right now, but there's very little rust. One dent on the fender there that was from something falling on it, unfortunately. Okay, this is going to be a little bit of fun because nobody's cut the grass in Sherry. But yeah, this is the 89 Jetta two-door, or slalom as they call them, I think. It's also a 1.6 liter turbo diesel, and like I said, it's going to be the engine for the white Golf. But we're going to probably just pull the engine and a couple other things and take the rest for scrap because it's pretty rough. There's not much left of the car, unfortunately. I was hoping to restore that one because the two-door Jetta is cool, but not much left of it to try and do that with. You're wearing pants, so you're good for these thistles. Ow. And then this is my dad's first Volkswagen, 1992 Volkswagen Jetta, 1.6 liter turbo diesel, same as the other Mitchells. This one has no engine in it right now, and the hood has a big hole cut in it. This is one of the ones we're going to take for scrap this week. Yeah, no engine. And this hood we cut this circle out of and bent up and painted to make the lid for the burn barrel way up there. So, but I'm going to keep this because my other friend Mitchell thought it was a really cool idea when I suggested that we put a piece of plexiglass over this and then put this on his car, paint it up first. But so we might still try and do that at some point. That's why I'm going to try and keep it. I'll take it off right now because we're going to start into this car after we're done this video. There's not much left of this one. It's pretty much rotted into the ground. And then this is a 91 Volkswagen Golf. It was a 1.6 liter diesel as well. It was a naturally aspirated diesel when I got it, and somebody just slapped a turbo on it, which does absolutely nothing except make noise. So when I got it, I took the pump off and had it retrofitted to be a turbo diesel one and did a whole pile of work on the engine, and then didn't end up doing anything with this car, and I was going to sell the engine, and then nobody ever ended up coming and getting it. So there is a good engine to use from that one for like a generator or something. And then this is the 97 Hyundai Accent, 1.5 liter gas, 12 valve with roller rockers and straight pipe exhaust. The clutch release bearing is gone out of it, so if we ever get the chance, we're going to do that, and then that's what Mitchell's going to learn standard on. And then this, I think, is a 2001 or 2002 Jetta TDI 1.9 liter ALH 5-speed. My dad paid $500 for it, and we were gonna fix it up and put it on the road because it's in pretty good shape, but the sunroof drains leaked into the floor, so all the interior is all moldy, but if the metal's still solid underneath, we'll just swap out the interior and rebuild it that way. And that one's a 2001 Jetta TDI 5-speed ALH. My dad paid $400 or $500 for it as well, just for parts. It does still run, but it doesn't have any front end or anything on it. And then through the grass even more. Geez, there's a ton of thistles back here. And then we have my grandpa's second Volkswagen, 1992 Volkswagen Jetta, 1.6 liter turbo diesel again, 5-speed. There's no engine in it either. This one will probably go to scrap as well, but there's a lot more good parts and a bunch of parts stored inside it as well. So that will probably save for later. And then this was my uncle's Volkswagen, again 92 Jetta, 1.6 liter turbo diesel 5-speed, same color as this one. It still has the engine in it, but the engine had a major damage issue, is why he parked it, and we got it then just for parts. So this is one of the ones that's going to be going very shortly as well, and there's some good parts to take off of it, like this door that I'll use for the other Mark II. And even further. Lots of car and truck parts and wheels and stuff. This is a 60, I think it's a late 60s Fordson Super Dexta 3-cylinder Perkins diesel. Paid $300 for it from the guy at the quarry around the corner. It does turn over, but I was never able to get it to fire up. The injection pump needs to be cleaned up. It's all seized, I think. And yeah, bumper and Mark I hoods and tailgate off the truck. I just parted out. And more parts off that truck. And this is the 96, I think, Volkswagen Golf. 1.9 liter turbo diesel mechanical. It's a AAZ engine, 5-speed as well. This is the engine we're going to use in the Caddy project. And it runs like a top. Doesn't really need anything done to it. It's only got 316,000 kilometers on it, I think. So. And our good grand scrap pile that we should be trying to take some of while the price is up, but you know, time is of the essence. And then my 58 Case 600B, which we're going to be getting out shortly here to drag some cars around. And then
Front of that Jetta over there.
yeah, missing the bumper and lights and grill and everything.
And Greg's snowmobile.
A piece of crap snowmobile, yeah.
My Cruise. That's not part of the scrapyard.
That's not part of the scrapyard. And then the brown truck, 2001 Dodge Ram 1500, 5.2 liter 318 V8 gas, automatic 4-wheel drive. Paid $500 for it and drove it from Peterborough to the cottage, and then from the cottage to here, so a total of 3.5 hours. And it was great for the longest time, and then once it sat for too long, and then it wouldn't start anymore, and there it is. And then that's hopefully going to be the new cab for the blue truck when I restore it. It needs some rust repair too, but not nearly as much as most of them do. So yeah, and then the big flatbed trailer and the car dolly, and then the 95 Ram 2500 12 valve Cummins automatic 2-wheel drive that we've done a couple of little videos on so far. So first one we're going to try and get out of the junkyard here is my dad's first Volkswagen Jetta. And we'll take whatever off of it we think is useful, and then it'll be on the less to take to scrap this week when they're open again. So we're going to start digging it out here. This is actually the rear bumper from it, which the plastic's in good shape, so we might try and get the rotten rebar out of it and keep the plastic. We'll see how time goes, but we're going to start to dig this thing out, and you'll be able to see the time lapse of us doing that.
And Mitchell's got to go get his gloves because he decided to leave them in the car when he grabbed the GoPro.
Why they're not turning. The fronts are both turning, yeah. That's something at least.
Well, that was fun, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, that was a great time. If the freaking wheels turned, it would have been way easier.
Alrighty.
Okay, so
Now we're actually going to part this out. We're not going to go into detail on what we're doing. We'll just say what we're taking off.
yeah, basically the only real good parts from it are going to be the, I want to take the window regulators out for the hand cranks for the Mark II. I don't know if there's anything. Oh, good. Yeah, there's still some parts in here. Holding the window up. Wow, because I took that regulator out already.
Alrighty, so we just shot a little video there of us cutting some grass, and then we parked the cars over there so that we could take a bunch of pictures for our banner image for the YouTube channel and the Twitter page. And we also took some pictures of ourselves that we can use as our quote-unquote profile pictures for on the website. And next we're going to get going on trying to remove another Jetta from over here. So I'll move the camera here and show you what we're doing. And this one's going to be a lot more challenging to get out because there is a bunch of cars in the way. So yeah, what follows here is going to be basically all time lapse of us working on moving everything we need to out of the way, and then getting that kind of teal colored Mark II out. So yeah, enjoy.
So next one on the chopping block for scrap is my uncle's Mark II Jetta. Again, it's a 1.6 turbo diesel, but the engine was damaged internally probably 15 years ago now. So it came to us for parts. So we're just gonna go over this one like we did the other one and take off anything that's still useful. A couple of the doors might be worth taking. Fenders maybe would be, but they're probably going to be a pain because Volkswagen uses the seam sealer over the whole joint of the fender, so the only way to really get it off is to either slice it with a knife or melt it with a torch. So that may or may not happen. And if there's any window regulators that still move, we'll maybe take those, but other than that, this was a good core support until I folded it with the chain. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do and get this one ready to go to scrap this week, same as the other one.
All right, so we parted out these two Jettas, and they'll be going to scrap later this week.
Yeah.
Next time, we're working on cars.
Again. Next time we'll be working on cars on this car channel.
I think we're either going off-roading for the first time, or we're going to work on the Caddy.
Depends on when we meet next.
Of course, you guys won't see that Caddy video, not Caddy, the off-roading video for a little while.
No, because you gotta edit all that jazz.
But yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe to GB Productions on YouTube. Visit our website, gbproductions.ca, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.